Of Monks and Nuns is the latest book in a series by former Director of Culture Manolo Galliano. The publication traces the history of ecclesiastical buildings and organisations in Gibraltar, with a focus on 4 religious establishments. It aims to take the reader on a journey through the origins of the institutions, also focusing on the stories of the people behind them.
It's not only the buildings, it's the people who were there, and it's so important, that even what I find is that a lot has been written and published on books on Gibraltar's military history, and especially British military history, but not enough about the Spanish occupation period or even the Muslim part. And it doesn't make us less British or less Gibraltarian, because these were people who lived here. When you talk about the history of England, you include the Civil War and the beheading of Charles II, so we shouldn't be afraid of that. It's important to bring them back, in a way, to life. And I hope that happens in these books that I'm writing.
The publication is illustrated with original photos and drawings by Victor Hermida, also looking at the Spanish period of Gibraltar, an area the author believes is seeing more research.
I think it's happening more and more often now. I think people are more aware of their roots, even if there was a changeover of population at the time. And it kept happening all the time with all the different sieges. People were leaving, whether they were Muslims or whether Spaniards, or when in 1476, when you had this like a Hebrew Jewish community, Pedro de Herrera coming with 4,350 conversos. Here at the time of the Duke of Medina Sidonia, people had to leave the houses, and then these were kicked out and others came in. But it's all part of a general history. It's a mosaic of history, and I think it's important.
So why Manolo's interest in this particular subject matter?
My very good friend, the late Father Caruana, instilled in me of the history of Gibraltar and the history of the churches and what happened here. And there was such a laguna of information, and it's important to bring it back, I think, And I hope people are interested, because people say, oh, how proud to be Gibraltarian. But let's be proud of our history going back so many thousands of years. I think it's important.
That we are having Gibraltarians writing about our history, not just our recent British history, but also history from before British times. Obviously we've got the Neanderthal work that the museum is doing, and they're all coming together. So I think we'll very soon have a full range of books covering our wide, varied history, which has made Gibraltar what it is and the Gibraltarians what we are. So I think it's absolutely wonderful, something that really, really pleases me.
The books, which were launched yesterday, are available at £15 from the Heritage Trust.